Hello, everybody! Zion is back again with my friend Vampy, and we are going to take a small break from Super Friends, and we're going to do more Mikeburnfire stories. Now, as you see in the title, this is going to be promotion points. I'm really glad I never went into the military because of all the bad shit I've heard, and I would have gone to service if it wasn't for my bad legs, but still.
I was thinking about it when I was in high school, but I gave up on. I had a lot of ideas back in high school, but I gave up on each of them because school was boring, everything was boring. So it's like, why bother?
I would have been fine going full into this, but right now I think I'm good at where I'm at. I was bummed out I couldn't join. Of course, I never really told my parents about my damage to leg muscles. So sometimes my dad's like, you could have gone full soldier. And I'm like, yeah, well. But, oh well. Anyways, we will full screen it right there. You ready to hear the story of promotion points?
Oh, let's hear it.
Make sure the audio's all good.
Clegg? Yo, Clegg.
Which one of you is Clegg?
Who is Clegg? Are you Clegg?
Yeah.
Careful, buddy.
Whoa. I just had the most amazing dream.
Don't share.
I got a medal from President Kimball himself.
There's still many dreams.
Wow.
I don't share.
That sounds great.
Actually,
and he'd do a real dick move about it too, where he'd leave the little dammits out of the back of it and just punch it into your sternum really hard.
I'm making fun of him, but when I got promoted to corporal, I teared up a little bit, so I can't say anything.
Corporal.
You do that when you got promoted to sergeant? Did you tear up a little bit?
I never got promoted to sergeant. I was a specialist the whole time.
Well, when you got promoted to specialist, did you tear up?
No, not really, because I was just so dejected about life at that point. I was just like, whatever, let's just get this over with.
All of your hopes and dreams had been crushed.
I did tear up a little bit when I got promoted to PFC, but then when I got promoted from PFC to specialist, I was just like, this is just an automatic promotion and I don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. Depending on your jobs and what you are being, what you specialized into, like how he was small arms repairsman. Eventually, he got automatic promotion to specialist.
That's interesting to know.
Yeah, it just depends on which job you were going for and stuff. Well, yeah, they got each job has its own career path. But it also depends where you're being sent and the fucking people you'll be stationed with. That can also better or lessen the memorable experience. I was trying to think of a nicer word, so I went with lessen.
Yeah.
Oh, your promotion to specialist was automatic?
Promotion from E1 to E2 to E3 and to E4 are all automatic.
Yeah.
All of your promotions from E1 to E4 came after time in service, and that's it?
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to work for them.
I understand that. I actually had to work for a corporal. That's not just time in service.
Oh, yeah, no.
A bunch of things got factored in for me. Military proficiency, all the studying I did. I actually had to work for a corporal.
If I had gotten promoted to sergeant, I probably would have been relatively pleased about that, but you have to get points to get promoted.
To sergeant?
Yeah.
Yes, to get promoted to sergeant. At the time,
This is the Army
amount of
thing.
promotion points you needed
I don't know
was
about
798.
Marines, but this is Army.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
The maximum is 800.
I don't know much about the Marines. So from what Mike is saying, because he was a Marine, it sounds like you had to do a lot of studying to get the certain ranks, I guess. I'm not sure. If anyone actually knows how that works, I would love to read about it in the comments.
Yeah, that does sound interesting to know.
Yeah.
Because apparently the Army had decided that they had too many 45 Bravo sergeants, and they didn't need any more. So they increased the amount of points you had to get in order to get promoted to sergeant. In order for me to get 798 promotion points, I would have had to have taken 8 years of college.
Fuck that.
Maxed out my PT test, scored perfectly on rifle qualification, and pistol qualification, and machine gun qualification, and grenade qualification. Also,
God.
max out my PT test again, Basically, there was no way for me to get 798 promotion points
Fuck
unless I was
that.
in the military for 8 years.
If you changed your job from that MOS to a different MOS, would the score be lower? You could get to sergeant if you changed your job.
Yeah, but then I would have had to go back to a job school.
And you loved your job so much.
And I actually enjoyed doing my job. So basically, they couldn't promote me to sergeant. They
Yes.
just couldn't because I didn't have enough promotion points. They were like, there's no way we can promote you to sergeant, but we'll promote you to corporal instead. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't want something that is the exact same pay grade with no respect whatsoever.
You were already a specialist, and they were offering to promote you sideways. It's not an
Yes.
upgrade. It's just promote
It's
you
not an upgrade at all. I don't get paid anymore, and now I have twice the responsibilities. Because I'm in charge of a squad of idiots who, because they're pissed off at me because I made them stay late and help me do stuff, they decided not to shave that morning, so I get in trouble.
I can't believe you didn't take them up on that offer.
Yeah, they tried to promote me several times. They also tried to send me to Warrior Leaders course, which
Warriors
the Warrior
Leaders
Leaders course is something else that you could do to get more promotion points, and it's 2 months. It's like going through basic training again.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's 2 months of living in very small barracks and having to march everywhere and not being able to drive your car and have to go to classes and also go to your normal job because you can't go out of your normal job while you're in Warrior Leaders course. So they tried like
That's fucking stupid. It's basically
Oh
like
my
you're
God.
you're going to be tired throughout most of the fucking day.
This is why I probably skipped the military more than
That's
anything.
that's
without
only
realizing
no,
it.
Vampy. That's Warriors Leaders course. That's not you. No.
6 times to send me to Warrior Leaders course, and I
They
said,
tried.
no, I'm not going, and they said, well, we're going to give you a counseling if you don't go, and I said, fine, I'll fill it out. So I filled out the counseling and wrote, I'm not going to Warrior Leaders course. I already have to fix an entire battalion's worth of weapons. Do you really want me leaving for 2 months? And then they
Yes.
sent it to the battalion commander, and the battalion commander went, why are you trying to write him up?
I can just imagine what was going through his head, like
When he read that thing.
because like they really need but they really need guys in those positions because
Yeah.
small arms repairsmen, they're important. If I remember correctly, he was the only one in his battalion, I think was the right word, in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And it was all stupid. This had to happen in Louisiana because he only talks about fucking Louisiana. That's the one place he bitches about the most because he was
Oh,
sent to Fort Polk.
I bet you the battalion commander looked at the paper, looked up, looked back down, looked back up, and said, "What the fuck is this?"
He had to read it first.
Yeah.
And the fact that he would actually write, "Do you want me gone for 2 months? Because I have a load of guns to write, Tommy to fix."
Yeah. An entire battalion's worth of guns to fix.
That is the most stupidest thing. Who the fuck gives these people fucking power? Because at this point, it feels like sometimes it's just the idiots that are pushed up.
Yeah.
After the 4th time,
So
I didn't
stupid.
fill out the counseling that they told me I had to fill out, and I just didn't go. Didn't go to Warrior Leaders course.
Okay.
One of the other people that was in my platoon that went to Warriors Leaders course, because his promotion points were at 95, he could get his
damn.
promotion
So
points
he-
for farting. He went to the Warriors Leaders course, and they were doing roll, and they were like, Specialist Zach! Where the fuck is Specialist Zach? And he's like, he didn't show up.
They expected you to be there?
And they expected me to be there, and I just didn't go. Somebody in my chain of command was like, Zach, why didn't you report to Warrior Leaders course? And I was like, because I had a bunch of guns to fix.
Fixing
That's
guns.
always your fallback excuse.
That was literally always my fallback because I was the only small arms repairman.
There it is. He was the only small repairman in his fucking area, his fucking battalion.
So he had to do all the guns.
Yeah, that means he had job security because he was the only one there.
And basically, he could not be put into that course because he needs to fix guns.
Yeah. So that's why he kept being. That's probably why he kept being protected.
Yeah. It's like they lose him. They lose
It's like
all
if you
the
got
gun
hired to
players.
work at a Jiffy Lube, and then everybody that worked at the Jiffy Lube wasn't there anymore, and you're the only person, and they still expect you to go to your other job and work at Jiffy Lube. Well, I guess I'm only working at Jiffy Lube because I'm the only person
Jiffy
here.
Lube.
So did you end up getting promoted to sergeant?
No, I never got promoted to sergeant. They had insult to injury. A couple years after I got out of the military, I was teaching small arms repair in Virginia to the military.
As a civilian.
Well, yeah. When you're out of the military, you're now back to being a civilian.
The
That's a
fact that he was
civilian.
teaching the
Was that a-
military is a civilian.
Well, that's not too uncommon because he used to be
yeah.
in the military and he went through these courses himself and he was experienced. He would be a perfect teacher for future small repairsmen and so on.
Yeah, true.
So it makes sense in my book.
It makes
Had a nicer
sense. It's just
gig.
hilarious.
Oh, it was so much
That
better.
happens.
Show up for work. Didn't have to stay late because somebody screwed up.
Did it make you feel better that you would wake up as a civilian, go to the military, look at all of these military personnel having the life sucked out of them,
Oh, man.
having to sit in a class taught by you, and then you would get to leave and go home?
Oh, man. It was great. And as a short aside, I did tell everyone that came through my class, pray to God you don't get sent to Fort Polk.
There it is. There it fucking is. There it fucking is. Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Oh, jeez.
Louisiana.
You were warning
Pray
them.
to God. And then one week they came back, and one of them just had the most dejected look on his face. I said, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I'm getting sent to Fort Polk." And I was just like, "You are never going to re-enlist." And he's like, "That's exactly what the sergeant said when he told me that I was getting sent to Fort Polk."
Why is this a known thing? Oh.
I love how that's the thing that everybody says.
It's the most horrible place ever. Anyway, I was talking to one of the E4s about, don't worry about doing well on your PT test because you're never going to get promoted to sergeant. And he was like, "Yeah, I will." And I was like, "No, you won't. Promotion points are like 798 for that." And he was like, "No, I'm getting promoted to sergeant as soon as I leave from here because promotion points are like at 93.
Oh my god.
Did you think it was in a different job?
No, because after I got out of the military, apparently all of the small arms repairmen got out of the military because they couldn't get promoted to sergeant.
Oh my god.
The Army went, "Holy crap, we need E5 small arms repairmen. Reduce the promotion points down to 95 and get them up there." The Army...
The incompetence. First they make it 700 and then they just fucking lower it down to 90? Just because they didn't have enough sergeants.
See, I feel
Or
like
people
this
that
is
couldn't
where
get sergeant.
the people who stay in the military, it's the smart people who get out because they realize, shit.
Like, we still need
I-
military and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we still need a
but,
military.
We need new people running it.
Yeah.
That's just what it sounds like to me. That's how it just sounds like. We need new people that understand it better running it. Because
Yeah.
my uncles, they've had one hell of a time. And one of them was complaining, if I could go back, I would shoot my sergeant in the face, is what one of them said.
Oh my god.
Apparently, his sergeant fucked up one of the missions or something. I don't know. He wouldn't tell the story. I don't even talk to that one anymore. He's like across state right now. Yeah, that one. And then there's my other uncle, who's really enthusiastic. He's a real enthusiastic guy, and he was in the Marines. I don't know what it was, but I guess the Marines never broke his enthusiasm.
That's good, at least.
Iraq didn't break his enthusiasm.
God.
And now he's living somewhere in the Middle East, married to some girl, knowing how to speak their language. I forgot what language it is. It's been a while. I don't talk
Is
to
it
them much.
Arabic?
I think it's Arabic. Yeah, it's probably Arabic. Oh my god. But yeah, that's how that's all went. So yeah, this is from my step side of the family. My black dad's family side.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, African American, all that stuff. So yeah, no matter how I look at it, blood related or none, I've had a lot of family members in the military.
Same here.
Yeah.
Because most of my blood-related grandfathers, well, the two blood-related grandfathers I had, I'm pretty sure were both in the military.
Yeah.
They got younger, so I never actually met them. I've met both grandfathers that married in afterwards, and one of the two that married in afterwards was also military.
Yeah, so from my dad's side of the family, my stepdad's side of the family, my grandfather on that one, he died like 90 something. Dude was in both world wars.
Oh, I think
He fought in 1 and 2.
I don't know about my mother's side. I know that they might have been in World War II.
Dude, I cannot imagine living through both wars.
Yeah, that is like because it's I'd like to consider them brother wars because that's basically what they were.
Yeah, because
Families
it was
fighting
20
each
years
other.
after, I think.
Yeah, it's still the same families fighting each other again.
So, but yeah, when I met him, dude was not right in the mind.
Well, I mean-
It was hard to have coherent sentences with him, but he was fucking funny. Like, one thing though it did not break was his sense of humor.
That's good at least.
That seems to be a common thing in my family. For some reason, you cannot break our sense of humor or comedic side. Yeah, I mean, you can make us feel shocked and sad and stuff, but eventually we'll get back up. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's good at least.
Yeah. Let's get back to the goddamn video.
Yeah.
Army is constantly doing this thing where they say, we have too many E5s, make the promotion points maximum. All the E5s get out, and then the Army goes, we don't have any E5s, small arms repairmen. Just drop the promotion points down to 0. If one of them farts in formation, make him an E5.
Do you think you could have gotten a sergeant if that were the case? If the promotion ports were
Oh,
at 98?
easily.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You never...
Yeah, I think about how many of these videos have I always brought up my fucking leg in it? I'm not gonna lie. See, sometimes it hurts like a bitch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I feel like in almost a lot of these reaction videos involving the military, I always bring up my leg.
Oh, God.
That's just how it feels like, you know?
I understand.
I remember now, you probably remember it, right?
Yeah, I think I do. It's been a while. But yeah.
Considered yourself to be an exemplary soldier, though.
No, but at least then
At the
I may
same
have
time,
gotten some respect
I
from
guess
other
it makes
NCOs
sense
when
why
they came
the
down to get
doctors
their
failed
weapons
me.
fixed. Instead of them looking
The
at me and
military
going,
would've worsened
he's a
my leg."
specialist, he doesn't know anything.
Well, for me, the issue
Then
is
maybe I would have had some
family
NCOs
lines
go,
and
oh, you're
heart
also
issues.
an NCO. I got your back, bro. Let me help you fix these guns.
Well,
Oh, Zach, you
in the
never
Marine
had that.
Corps, E4s were NCOs too, so if you had joined the Marine Corps, you might have gotten a little more respect too.
Yeah, but if I joined the Marine Corps, I would have been a 2111.
And?
And I would have had to fix SMAWs. Marines get cooler stuff. I should have went to the Marines.
Yeah, I figure you should join the Marine Corps because you gotta go big or go home, right?
No, I joined the Army because my grandpa was in the Army.
Well, so was mine, but I'm better than my grandpa. That's just kidding. He was a World War II vet. I respect him greatly.
The greatest generation.
Yes. We are way off topic
We're
here.
so far off topic now. I don't know where you're going to put that audio.
I'll just have that entire
Just
long
jab it
story
all.
while we're staring at Corporal Clay.
Cut all of this out. This is all pointless.
Corporal
It
Clay,
is
I
pointless.
wanted to talk to you, maybe learn what your point of view was, but I'm so tired now, I need to go take a nap. We'll be back tomorrow.
Just fucking standing there talking in front of Clay. That's just an
Yeah.
NPC. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Uh,
Meantime, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you had fun. With random as banter, because sometimes I go off a little myself, so I understand where they go with that. Anyways, so yeah, Vampy, that was promotion points.
God, that was a little.
And these guys are older than us, so by the time I would have went in, most likely I would have had the similar situation of the promotion points being lowered.
Since I'm a few years older than you, I might not have, but I would have tried to go for something that would be, not to be mean, but a little bit in the safer side. Not the army specifically, but maybe something.
Fuck safety, give me the hose.
Well, I would run into something with aircraft, like fixing them, like being a mechanic.
Yeah, I forgot what the some kind of mechanic job.
Yeah, because I wear glasses, so eyesight means I wouldn't be able to fly, but I'd be able to do things like repairs.
You would be wearing those thick boy glasses. You ever
Yeah.
seen those thick glasses?
Oh God, yeah.
But they're pretty good though.
Oh yeah,
They're durable.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I would have loved being in a position just working in the armory. Because that's what I wanted to go for when I was signing up originally too. Like go for armory work or something like that. My dad was telling me I should be infantry.
Yeah.
Later on, after I grew up and I was just playing a war game, I was thinking, I don't want to be infantry.
Well, I think my father was also My father worked on aircraft carriers. He was one of the people who worked with the aircraft, but he couldn't fly either because of his glasses.
Yeah, I mean that happens.
Yeah.
And like you have to reach certain criterias before you can fly. You have to have a certain type of eye vision. You have to be a certain height. And
You have to have the SFAV at score too.
yeah, but I'm talking about physically. Everybody
Yeah.
knows you need to do an ASVAB, but
I mean,
it's it's also something with the physical ability as well.
yeah, that's something my father was. I think he could be considered proud of
Hold
because
on.
with his SFAB, he could be anything he wanted. He just couldn't do everything because of the glasses and eyesight.
Pilot's requirements: knowledge of theory of flight, air navigation, meteorology, flying, description of aircraft, completion of Air Force specialization, blah blah blah. Let's see here. You not only need high grade points, but also you must be physically and mentally fit, complete several educational and training scenarios, and be between the ages of 22 and 28. In fact, for every 1,000 applications who apply, only 3 become Air Force pilots. There we go.
Jeez.
Out of 1,000 people, only the common base is only 3 coming out. Like, I'm sure there's been more than 3 that came out of training every once in a while, but I do imagine it is not I know it's not easy. No,
3 is basically the average.
3 is the average, it says.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's a 0.3. Wait, yeah, it's a 0.3%.
That's fun. Anyways, we're going to end video here. Thank you for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that knowledge. We'll catch you on next reaction. Bye-bye now.